What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the X-Transbots Fast and Fury toy deco. So this is the second version of these guys. We got the Toon versions originally, and I purchased those. You might hear me sigh a couple times during this review because these are the colors. This is the deco I wanted to begin with. But since we have them, let's bring them in for comparison so you can tell the differences. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is remove these QC stickers. I just wanted to show you it does come with the QC stickers. This one says 01, this one says 02. But now that we've seen those, let's take it off. All right, let's start by taking a look at Fast and the differences. The white is pretty much the same. It's that pearlescent white. It looks really nice. The only real difference on vehicle mode here is the gold. So you see how the gold stripe across the side, across the front. It looks really nice. It's very sharp paint. And then across the side, there's a little bit of gold back here just due to the robot parts. It actually turns out kind of cool. I think it looks neat down there. I don't know. But you have the same features as well. So you can still open up the hood. This one opens forward. There's a little bit of gold in there just because of the robot parts. You can flip up the headlights just like before. And those look good. You can open up the doors. And I recommend a spudger just to get in there a little bit easier. And then you can pop open this part. This one also recommend a spudger. And you have an interior there. And this side has a steering wheel. So if you have a little figurine, you can put it in there. But yeah, nice setup. Same features as before. You can still store the weapon here. So this will wedge in between the legs and sit right in there. I'm not going to put it in, but I just wanted to show you that. The gun is the same. So here's the new one. Here's the old one. Pretty much identical. Black, flat black paint. Sculpted detail. So that's the same. But what is new is this. So we now get a shoulder cannon done in that same flat black paint. There's a pin there, but it doesn't rotate, so don't try to rotate it. It's glued together. And we'll see in Robot Mode how this mounts. If you are lucky enough to get the Jimmy H custom, who made a add-on kit for the original, then this is what it looked like. I was shocked to see how close it is. You know, this is his custom, made from resin and painted, and this is the X-Transbots, and they're pretty darn close. So we'll take a look at that when we get to robot mode. It doesn't actually fit or install here in the vehicle mode, so there's not much you can do with it. Next, we'll take a look at Fury, and this has much more of a change. You can see they changed the black. Much prefer this color black. They really nailed it. It's like a gunmetal graphite. And then you've got this metallic red stripe across the side, metallic red stripe here on the window. Originally it was black over here. I really love the changes they made there. That looks really good. Wheels are the same. Tires are the same. Well, actually, I forgot to mention that on Fast. Those are both rubber tires. They roll nicely. Here's the back. The same. Bottom, pretty much the same other than the paint color. As far as features, you do get the same stuff, but I'm just going to demonstrate. You can open up the hood, although there's no engine here because this is a rear engine vehicle, so there's no detail in there. Might be a mid-engine, but you have pop-up headlights just like before. Those look great. You do have opening doors, and you open the inside door, and then there's seating in there just like the other one, and a steering wheel on this side. So all the same features. You can also still store the weapon between the legs. Speaking of this weapon, it is a slightly different color. The red is a little bit more rich. Now it matches with his shoulder cannon. You can see this red's slightly different. I don't know if it's showing up on camera. It's a very slight difference. Basically the same gun, but a slight difference in the hue. This will still fit inside underneath. This one doesn't fit, but we'll use this in robot mode. And for your size comparison, there it is next to the Magic Square Optimus Prime toy deco. apropos for this review, since we're looking at the toys, Deco, Runamuck, and Runabout. And they look nice together, fit in well in the Masterpiece scale. I do think the Trans Am's a little bit on the small side. It's actually a smaller vehicle than this one, even though in real life this is the smaller vehicle, but it still works okay for me. And just for fun, here it is with my custom Runamuck and Runabout from Get Right Robot, made from MP20 Wheeljack. And this kind of explains why my expectations for the original release were different colors. You know, the black with the red, the white with the gold, and then when we get to Robot, you'll see the orange highlights. For me, that's in my mind, that's how I imagine these characters, even though in the cartoon it didn't have the gold. I don't think it was that brown color, but either way, this is what I was picturing, so I wish they had released this first. But alright, now let's get these guys transformed into their robot modes. And they are the same transformations. I believe they've corrected some of the issues. Specifically on Fury, there were some tolerance issues, but let's start with Fast here first. So we will come to the sides here and open up the side panel. You can unpeg it from here and here, which will allow you to fold this panel down. See on this side, you can unpeg it from here and bring that panel down. We can open up the doors and just get those out of the way. And then we'll open up these side panels here. There's a tab here and the wheel tabs in. So, and you're bending at this joint right here. Some of this one, unpeg it, and then bend at that joint right there. That allows us to take this piece right here and unpeg this back section, which will release the bumper. So you can unpeg this and remove it. It'll actually tab it in on the top here. And I'm actually transforming this for the first time on camera, so the color reveal is kind of going to be unique, at least for me. All right, then we can come to the front here, open up this hood, separate the hood, separate the legs. There's a peg right there, and we can fold these legs down and then fold this waist piece forward, and it's actually going to bend on this joint right here, which will bring his waist forward. It's a pretty tight tolerance, maybe just because it's brand new, and I think over time it will loosen up, but there we go. So you have to actually get it all the way down until it kind of clicks into place. While we're down here, open up these little tabs and bring those forward. And we can unpeg all of this. And let's finish off the legs before we move to the upper body. Open this up. We're going to bring this foot forward on this double hinge. Rotate it down. And we can rotate this wheel to the upside. I'm going to rotate this. Oh, sorry, I had to have it like this. Rotate this to the inside and then flatten out the wheel so it ends up on the bottom. And this wheel should end up kind of straight. Then we can take this, bring this to the other side, and then this will fold up and in. It's a very tight screw, so you might want to loosen it, but that'll just end up in there. And there you go. That's the foot. Actually, leave the foot down for now, because we're going to take care of this. Open up this panel here. Open up this inner panel here. We can fold this down. We're going to take this door section, open this up all the way, allow you to come to this hood piece. This is going to fold up just a hair. Fold this panel in. Then we're going to flip the whole thing around on itself. We can pull pull the knee down on this hinge, close this inner panel right here. And if you need some space, just open up the hip skirt and move the leg out of the way. Alright, so next we can take this door and we're going to rotate it so it ends up like this. Bring this back down, and then this window will fit in between here. And make sure we get this all the way down, otherwise it won't, not going to line up here. There we go. And then get this inserted, and this is going to tab in to the side of this panel right here. And then this is going to tab into the top of it and hold that piece in. Now we can close the foot down, and that's one leg all set. So go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Alright, now that we've taken care of the legs, we can work on the upper body. These we're going to peg into the side of here, so rotate this, and it should kind of tab into place onto the side of that. We'll take all of this and deal with this. So bring this panel back on this double hinge. Work them around this piece here. And let's get the arms out. So unpeg the arms from each other. Bring them around, down. Open this up. Extend the arm out. Open up the hand. Rotate this down. Tab this back in. And this should end up looking like this, with the gold piece on the front. And have this backwards? Yeah, okay. You should have the gold on the front when you're done. Right, so let's do the same thing on this other one. And I don't have the shoulders quite right, so we're going to bring, let's see. Bring it down so you have it like that. All right. We can bring the chest back on this double hinge. It's a very slight movement, but it goes back and it sits on top and actually has to peg in. Oh, and forgot about these steering wheel. Bring the seats flat. Bring your steering wheel down. Let's see. Thought we went down here. I guess we go down here. Okay. And so I should end up with the seats flat like that. So yeah, we're going to take this backpack and we're going to flip it past these pieces. So as you rotate it, rotate these out to get yourself some space. These are going to come down and flip inside the backpack. So rotate this in. I gotta remember the sequence. I think this goes first, and this goes on top. I did that correctly. And then that rotates in. So let's do it again. This one in, rotate that in. So it should look like this. All right, all of that's going to rotate backwards onto the backpack. And bring that down, bring this down. This panel here is going to fold up. Now we can take care of these. So bring these hinges inwards and tab them together up here. And they could be a little weird. They have to hinge up over this in order to peg together. So make sure they're in. And once you have that in, then peg it together right here. So you get that. And that comes down. This panel right here, there's two pegs and they're going to fit right into here. So So it's actually this crossbar that's holding it, and then this is sitting on top. Right, and then last step here, I don't know what's happening with my light. Bring this around so you can see the head. And let's take care of the backpack. This backpack, there's a tab right here and a slot right there. So this should actually peg in and lock in that backpack. And then on the sides here, they should all fit nice and flush. So that's how you know you have it right. All right, now we'll take care of Fury here. So some of the same stuff. There are some differences between them. We're going to unpeg those. We're going to unpeg these side panels. You can open up the hood to give you some room to get in here and pull this panel down. On the original release, one of these was really tight, so when people went to rotate it, it would break off. They fixed that problem. Now it seems to work just fine. They must have remedied that issue. I'm glad they did. All right, once you bring those down, we can separate the legs from each other, and you can unpeg the doors as well. Same thing as before, bring these legs all the way down and then rotate this up. We're going to bring the steering wheel flat and then bring the seats flat. Bring forward these little panels here, and we can undo this back part as well. So unpeg this panel right here, fold it right there. Same on this side, unpeg it. That will release this entire top section. So we can untab it from here. There we go. And just leave that back there for now. We'll take care of that in a little bit. Actually, I flipped this around, so I'm going to put that back. We still have the hole, but they've made it far worse. We'll talk about that when we get to robot mode. They now have a thing sticking out. So instead of sticking in, sticking out. Great. All right, let's take care of these legs. So same thing, pull the foot down, rotate so you can see what you're doing. We're going to flip this wheel around, flip this around this way. As you're bringing it, you're going to rotate the tire down and then complete the rotation. This is going to rotate in. Oh, you can have that out. This is going to rotate up. We're going to fold that in and fold that back. So that's the back of the heel. All right, and just leave that leg down or the foot down because we have some work to do here. Unfurl the knee piece, close up that little tab. Come to this side. We can open up this panel here. We're going to rotate the door so it ends up sitting like it's going to go inside the leg, like this. For the hood, bring this up, fold this panel in, fold that back down, and then we're going to rotate all the way around until it becomes flush here. Rotate this up a little bit, bring this down, and close that back up. And then this door will fit in between. Make sure you have that panel closed. And this door should fit right in here. And then we can peg this into the side of here. And then this will sort of solidify on top and hold the door in place. All right, and then last step, we can bring the foot up. Make sure this flips around. And that's one leg done. Go ahead and do the other side. All right, now that we have the legs squared away, we can take care of the upper body. We're going to do the same thing we did on Fast. We're going to bring this hinge all the way forward. It's going to tab in. You're going to bring this down, and it's going to tab in down here with these two little pieces. And make sure you get it all the way down, otherwise it's not in the right position. All right, now we can take care of the backpack. So bring the arms out so we can unpeg this and just hinge this out of the way for now. Unpeg the arms from each other, bring it down. We're going to pull this out from here, rotate this arm down, and then bring this hinge all the way around, and then this is going to peg in to that hinge you just put in place. Pull the arm out, open up the hand, and same thing on this side. We're going to bring this arm, rotate it down, and bring it around, and make sure you get the elbow on the front. And that's one arm. Go ahead and do the same thing on this one. Then we can take care of the backpack. So come to here, let these work past here. For the inside of here, this already flipped over, but basically you're going to flip this panel around. Come to the inside, you can fold these window pieces in. Right on the inside of this little door, there's a little slot. Hard to show because it's black plastic, but that's where you're going to plug it in. So bring this down, bring this around, and make sure that peg works its way in and tabs in. And it is a tight tab, so you kind of have to give it a little force, unfortunately. If you don't do this later, you'll have trouble, but it does go in. It's just very tight. It doesn't feel good as you do it. So unfortunately, that's how it is. So they didn't fix that. Same for this side. Bring this down. Make sure that peg works its way around that panel. And then you almost have to force it in. You should end up like this. Bring this down to the back. And if you look on the inside, there's 2 pegs and 2 slots here. And it looks like they've changed the design there. But that's going to come forward, and it looks like they improved it. They now have a different peg style. So that's a nice thing. And these should go underneath so it fits together. So it should kind of hold already, but then we're going to solidify it. So take this, rotate this up, peg it together. The tab right here, this back panel is going to tab into it. There's a little slot right here. So peg that in. There we go. So it should look like that. If you want, you can flip these tail lights around. Doesn't do much. It just makes it a flat surface. I don't know. I like the headlight look. I mean the tail light look. But the official transformation, they do say to flip these around. So you can do whatever you like. And last but not least, flip the head around. All right, and there they are in robot mode, and they look really good. I really love the choice of the Deco, the orange here. The gold is a little bit much on the arms, but it just stands out. It looks really nice. And then the black and metallic red on this guy, it's a really nice contrast. Overall looks really good. He's got gray up here, or silver, instead of the original color. Here's the back. Pretty much the same from the back, other than this little bit of gold here on the joint. All in all, though, I'm pretty impressed with the change to the colors. Like, it just makes such a big difference. Now, as I mentioned, as they transformed it, they did improve and fix a few things, specifically on this guy. The issues with the foot, with the rotation on the thigh, although it is still tight, but it does rotate. Issues with the hole in the windshield, which now they filled it, so it actually sticks out a little bit. And then what was the other one? The issue with the backpack tabbing in. Now they have nice big tabs, so they just tab in very securely. So this is just a more solid figure now overall. Let's bring in the other ones so you can compare them. And just keep in mind that these have had some stickers added. So the orange you see up here is stickers, and then the gray you see on this guy is stickers. But other than that, it's the original. And definitely prefer this color scheme, especially Runamuck. You know, it's very plain with just white and black. So the gold definitely dresses them up, just makes it more exciting to look at overall. We do get the new weapons, and actually it was a little bit tricky because this pin isn't in a rotation, it's a slider. And thanks to Robo Lucas for mentioning that. So you want to slide it out and be gentle. Definitely be gentle with this whole thing, actually. And there's a little peg there. So if you come to the back of his shoulder, you'll see a peg hole there. So line that up and then close it back up, and that will lock onto his shoulder. Very nicely done. Same for this guy. Pull this out, get it over the arm, and then push it into the tab. There's a tab in the shoulder. Just lock it in. And that works. It really works. And of course, you can still use their guns. Just slide that in and then rotate it to peg it in. And you can put it in either hand. I just chose to put it in this side. But yeah, I think the addition of the shoulder cannon just makes such a big difference. Even though it's a toy thing, it really changes this guy up. We also get these. Let's get these guys out of here. We also get these oil barrels. That's new as well. So these will fit into the hand. Little peg on the inside, so you can just put it like this. Get that tabbed into the hand. Definitely added value in this set because you get 2 extra accessories with each of these. So there you go. And for a size comparison, there they are next to the Magic Square version of Optimus Prime, and obviously same size as the original, but they fit in well with Masterpiece. And just for fun, there it is next to my custom Get Right Robot figures, and it looks good. I'm pretty impressed how well done these were at the time. It's got the shoulder cannon, it's got the backpack, you know, got the orange details and the gray details. He really did a great job on these. It's nice to have a third-party company come along and do it, but I will forever love these two guys. So, final recommendations on the X-Transbots Fast and Fury Toy Deco. I think these look really good. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. I'm going to recommend it. I didn't have any of the issues I had on the first time. I think the paint deco looks great. The accessories are great. My biggest complaint is, why did we have to wait for the second version to get all those problems fixed and to get proper paint? You know, this is the right color, black. It just feels like I shouldn't buy the first version of any X-Transbots, because they're either going to fix the problems or they're going to do another, you know, premium version or a painted version. And I don't know, it just leaves me, you know, with an unsatisfied taste in my mouth of why did I back them and buy the original if they were going to do this. You know, they hadn't announced this. I wish they would do it like New Age, where they announce all of the repaints so you can kind of decide. I definitely would have picked this over the Toon version. But either way, I do recommend it. I probably will pick this up in the future just because I prefer it over the original. But thanks for watching. Thanks to Dr. Diecast for sending us for review, and we'll see you next time.